This is an announcement for a hacker, announcement for people that are on the computer. There's been a massive outage along the East Coast. It looks like the attack is mostly predominantly aimed towards the DC area, but the attack is affecting a number of services and still is affecting it. We're being hit with what is called a denial or DDS attack. Denial Data Service Attack. And what that means is what they do is they inject a lot of requests to servers, which overloads them, which causes them to not be able to function properly. And they use these things as implementations to go after various systems. Some of the attacks look like they're generated from within the United States. A lot of it looks like it's coming from within the United States. I repeat, I've traced a lot of them look like they're coming from some government headquarters here. It's causing a lot of this. To try to frame it on Russia. But some of it also is coming from Russia too. A little bit. But a lot of it's coming from, it's all home brewed right here. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go down the list of the servers of what is out from domainoutage.org. I'm going to give you them. We're going to go down the list and tell you what they are. Lots of services have been affected, probably most of the ones you use. I'm going to go down the list. The kids use these services: Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Google Plus. All Google products were out today. They've been mostly restored, though, by 1 o'clock UTC time. But services like Music Cloud, SoundCloud, Spotify, all those services like that are having problems still right now. You can't access some of them. They're going in and out. They're trying to restore them. What happens is it looks like somebody's overwritten these things with code to encrypt the codes, which makes the servers not be able to complete the request in time because it's causing an overload to bog down the systems. And that's why you might see 5 or 444 on your computer on certain things, or you might see 522. It's because they're receiving an overload of requests, and that's usually generated by a denial data service attack. And so that's what's been happening since 11 o'clock this morning on the eastern coast. And it's still going on. It's affecting and impacting all systems all up and down the East Coast, predominantly. The west and middle sections have not been affected in the United States, but mainly the East Coast is being under attack still. And it looks like a lot of it's coming from within our own country. However, some stuff is coming from Russia, but a lot more is coming from within our own country, which causing these attacks. Now, these things could take down the grid, but I think whoever's doing this is just trying to send a message to us that, hey, you made a threat on TV. They're just trying to show some that they have the capabilities to mess with their systems too. So they're going after not all the systems, but certain systems to show that at first, so that the U.S. will back off. And that may be why they're doing this too, because they have capabilities too, just like we do. And so some of the hacks are coming from, but a lot of it looks like it's coming from within our own country. So, NSA and all who are doing this, you need to quit it. Because you don't, you might have some people hacking you because it's causing a lot of unnecessary trouble, and we don't need that to try to engineer something so you can go after Russia. Because Russia ain't really doing much to us. There has been some activity from there, but a lot of it's coming from within the country is what my traces show. Because I traced these things, and it looks like it's coming from the CIA and from different headquarters. Different alphabet soup gangs are behind most of these attacks today. That's what I see here on my end, and what other people have sent to me, which is really disturbing. So that looks like what they might be doing is trying to use this as a way to get us to go to war with Russia. Just trying to invent a reason to, because a lot of it's coming from within our own country. These attacks today on the East Coast, I repeat. So, a lot of these services are out. I didn't name them all. Snapchat, I think I said. Facebook, Instagram, after school app has been having some intermittent issues. All these are having intermittent issues. Facebook has been restored, but it's still intermittent on the East Coast. A lot of stuff is still being attacked. You're trying to download, file sharing sites like Torrents or anything, they're having issues too. They still have not been able to come up. I've been checking every now and then, but they're still not coming up because the attack is also affecting them too. Here in the country, it's not been blocked or nothing, but it's just this denial service attacks that's affecting certain systems in the U.S., and that's one of them that's being affected also. So I want you to be careful. When you're on the internet, you're not actually being hacked. It's the sites that you go on are the ones that are having the issues, but you're not being hacked. So now, if you're experiencing internet issues or connectivity issues, it's not you being hacked, okay? It's the companies that you're on, like like Snapchat, Instagram. They're the ones that are being affected, okay? So if you think you're being hacked, kids, you're not, okay? I can promise you it's not you. Does anyone come after you? You're small potatoes. They're going after these big companies because they're the ones that predominantly control the internet for the most part. So this is Michael Da Silva. It's just a warning. If you're having problems with your internet today and tonight, it's not the weather. It's because there's been a major outages all over the place, all up and down the East Coast. This is announcement number 21. Take care. I love you all. Peace, and have safe time, and be careful online. Make sure all your stuff is up to date. Take care.